Hi everyone, this is Seymour with C. Not dressed up, no makeup, no glamorous clothes, just taking a moment. Just left the gym a short time ago because it's good to work out, it's good to get the blood circulating, take care of your health, take care of your physical well-being. But I'm taking a moment just to say I hope everyone's doing okay. I know with me as a new YouTuber, it's kind of hard to get views, and I know a lot of you are working through things, even old content creators that have been creating for a long time. They're even going through some things recently with the changes in the algorithm, with the changes in just people's viewing habits. I think a lot of folks are feeling their way around to see where the wind is blowing. And I just wanted to jump on here because it seems like this is the way you have to go about building your content and your interactivity with building an audience. It's a lot of work. I started this journey more than a year ago. I didn't even start taping and taking photographs or doing videos right away. I was doing a lot of research, a lot of training, a lot of figuring stuff out, and I'm still got plenty to learn and a lot to figure out. I think we're in a position as content creators where people are kind of looking for alternatives if they're going to stick with watching TV or if they're going to start using YouTube more and more, which it seems like that is a big share of the viewing market these days is on YouTube. It's not even necessarily on Prime or Hulu. People are taking a lot of their content from YouTube. And for me, starting this, I never wanted this to be a journey of just hunting for clicks. I wanted to use this as an opportunity to produce and create the art that I liked. I'm still training myself to be a little bit better on camera. I should be more centered toward the rule of thirds. It's a lot. It's a whole lot talking to a camera and not having ums and ahs and trying to figure out what you're going to say next. It's a little difficult having to sit down for a while, and if you don't have a teleprompter, kind of outlining and then running an outline through your head of what you want to say. So all that said, this was my intro to just jumping into what I really wanted to talk about, which is I hope everybody is okay and they're feeling okay. There's a lot of stuff going on these days. I'm on a lot of fronts, whether it's on a societal based front or if it's even just in your own personal lives. People are having to deal with the transitions of life, whether it's changes at work, changes in your personal life with family and relationships, or just changes internally with you of what your goals are and what you want. And me going through this process, this is a transition for me too. And I have to sometimes ask myself from a mental health as well as a physical health standpoint, are you okay? Because there are days when you're looking over things you create and you're being extremely hard on yourself and you're like, I don't know if I like the way this content looks. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way the lighting looks. Did I do the best that I could do? And all you can do is say, do the best and stop stressing out. Quick story time of why sometimes I have to tell myself this story to stay grounded. My mother's brother, our older brother, he wanted to be a photographer. He wanted to actually be a cartoonist. And this was going back to the 50s when guys that looked like him and I were not going to get jobs from the major studios. And you know who were the big cartoonists at that time. You know, you had the Bugs Bunny cartoons, you had the Disney cartoons, and he tried to get his foot in the door in those places. And they said there's just really not an opportunity for him. And it wasn't based on talent, it was just there wasn't opportunity for his voice. And he never gave that up. He went on to college. He studied to become a minister. He went to theology school. He got his master's degree. He was ordained. He was a pastor for many years until he retired. And he passed away about a year or two after he retired. And I have to look at that as a story that it's not a story of sadness, but of perseverance, because even though he didn't make it in what he wanted to do, which was to be a cartoonist at a major studio, he still continued to do photography. He did weddings. He did his own thing where he just went out and, back before I guess there was a real term for it the way we use it now, he did his street photography. He loved cameras a lot, and he painted. And some of his work is hanging in my house. He did some abstracts, and I look at those things every day. And it makes me realize that even if you can't have the dream the way you want it, it doesn't mean that you stop expressing yourself and letting your passion be presented to the world. Because even though he's been gone for almost 30 years, it's crazy to me, his work is still blessing me every day because I get to look at it. So that's the message, and when I'm actually asking is, are you okay? It's a message to everyone, including or especially content creators, to say, do not allow yourself to feel defeated, because there are days you're going to feel that way. There are days where you're going to say, this is silly. You know, I might have a degree or I have training in other things. Why am I using my time to pursue this type of work, whether it's you trying to cultivate this as a hobby or whether you're trying to cultivate this as a path for hopefully income and opportunities. But don't get down on yourself. It's extremely hard to sometimes keep your head up when you feel you're not getting any feedback, whether it's negative or positive, because if you're not getting the views, how do you know if you're doing it right or wrong? So you just have to keep going. If you want to make it, this is a as they say, is a long marathon. It's not a sprint. So just checking on everybody, let people know. And if you know a content creator, those of you might have stumbled across this video who don't create content yourself, but you know people in your life or people in your family that might be content creators, just check on them and say, are you okay? How you feeling? Can I help you maybe with anything? And just give them the encouragement, even if you don't understand the material that they're trying to teach or the art that they're trying to express themselves with or convey, or even if they're just doing talking head or commentary videos. Just ask if they're okay. Apparently they came onto this platform, and anybody who puts themselves out here who wants to do this kind of content, they're putting themselves out for scrutiny. Even though this is a hostile environment, I'll just say it. This is about akin to if you wanted to go into politics, or if you wanted to become a Hollywood celebrity, or in the movies. You're putting yourself out there for people to hear your voice, look at you, look at your presence, look at your hand gestures, even your hair, and they're going to scrutinize you. So anybody who's brave enough to do this, Godspeed. And for those of you who have a faith, we got to take time for ourselves and sometimes just meditate. And one of my things that I tell myself in this process is you got to take time to be still and exhale. And I'll get to that in another video. A little bit of the spiritual significance of what it means when you just take time to exhale. So I'm at the 10-minute mark. I said I was going to do a straight through with no cuts to edit, and this is just a quick talk. And just let me know in the comments, are you okay? And if you are, I'm happy for you. If you're not, I hope you find some friendly conversation and support, just because we all need that little extra reinforcement that everything's going to be all right. So have a good evening, and I hope the lighting's okay, and I'm going to color grade this a little bit when I get home. See ya.